Hey there, memory keepers. Welcome back to another journey through the lives that have shaped our world. Today we begin with a story of someone who taught us that beauty grows from the ground up. From hidden talents to behind-the-scenes moments, these revelations give us a deeper appreciation of their remarkable lives. Before we dive into these touching stories, grab your favorite snack and maybe a tissue or two, because these tales of talent and triumph are sure to move you. And hey, if you find yourself touched by these incredible legacies, don't forget to hit that like and sub button, ready to celebrate some extraordinary lives. Let's get this show on the road. Jim McOle, 1935 to 2024. The man who made gardens grow. The gardening world lost its most beloved storyteller on October 23, 2024. When Jim McOle, the green-thumbed guru who brought gardening into our living rooms, planted his final seed at age 89. For over 4 decades, his warm presence on the Beech Grove garden made horticulture accessible to millions. Some people teach gardening. Jim taught love for the earth. Reflected Martha Stewart. He had this magical way of making you believe you could grow anything. Born in a time when victory gardens were still common, McOle transformed gardening from a necessity into an art form accessible to everyone. His journey, from local horticulturist to beloved television personality, began in 1978 with The Beech Grove Garden, a show that would redefine how we think about our backyard space. What set McOle apart wasn't just his encyclopedic knowledge. It was his ability to make the complex simple and the intimidating achievable. Gardening isn't about having a green thumb, he often said. It's about having a patient heart. His influence extended far beyond television. Authored weekly gardening columns for major newspapers, taught horticulture at community colleges, mentored countless professional gardeners, advocated for sustainable gardening practices, pioneered organic gardening techniques. Before they were popular, Monty Don, the BBC's gardening expert, shared, Jim didn't just teach gardening. He taught environmental stewardship. He understood that every garden is a piece of the Earth's future. The horticultural community has been sharing touching tributes. Alan Titchmarsh posted, Jim made gardening cool before anyone else dared to try. Better Homes and Gardens dedicated their next issue to his legacy, noting, he planted seeds of knowledge that will bloom for generations. What many viewers might not know was McOle's dedication to community gardens and youth education. He established the McOle Garden Education Fund, providing resources for school garden programs. Every child should know the miracle of growing something, he believed. His final television appearance just months ago was a special about climate-resistant gardening. The earth is changing, he told viewers, and our gardens must change with it. But that's what gardens do best. They adapt and grow. Tonight, gardeners worldwide will plant a seed in his memory, ensuring that his legacy continues to grow. As he often said, a garden is never finished. It's always becoming something new. Share your favorite Jim McOle gardening tips, or how his show inspired your love of gardening, in the comments below. Let's keep his wisdom growing. When nature's symphony meets human voice, from the gentle rustle of garden leaves, we turn to a voice that made America's heart sing for generations. Jack Jones, 1938 to 2024. The voice that sailed through time. The music world lost one of its smoothest voices on October 23, 2024, when Jack Jones, the 2-time Grammy winner who serenaded generations, took his final bow at 86. Best known for the Love Boat theme that launched a million voyages of romance, Jones's velvet voice helped define an era of American popular music. Some singers hit notes. Jack caressed them, reflected Tony Bennett, before his own passing. Jones's mastery of the American songbook earned him not just accolades, but a special place in the nation's musical heart. His hits like Lollipops and Roses and Wives and Lovers showcased a voice that Frank Sinatra once called one of the major singers of our time. but it was his ability to infuse each song with genuine emotion that set him apart in an era of great voices. The Grammy Awards for Lollipops and Roses, 1962, and Wives and Lovers, 1964, confirmed what audiences already knew. Jack Jones wasn't just a singer. He was a storyteller with a melody. His influence extended beyond his hits. Young singers studied his perfect phrasing and breath control, while the Love Boat theme became an unexpected cultural touchstone, embedding his voice in television history. Today, as his familiar notes fade into memory, we remember a man who proved that true talent never goes out of style. As he often said, a good song, well sung, will always find its audience. Share your favorite Jack Jones song or Love Boat memory in the comments below. Ed Bluestone, 1940 to 2024. The Dark Prince of Comedy. The comedy world lost one of its most acerbic voices on October 24, 2024, when Ed Bluestone, master of dark humor and literary satire, delivered his final punchline at 84. His pen turned the National Lampoon into a cathedral of caustic wit, while his appearances on Laugh-In proved his comedy could bite in any medium. Some comedians make you laugh. Ed made you think, then laugh, then feel guilty about laughing, reflected former National Lampoon editor P.J. O'Rourke. That was his genius. His work for National Lampoon became the blueprint for modern satirical writing. As Bluestone once quipped, if you're not offending someone, you're probably not saying anything worth saying. His brief but memorable stint on Laugh-In 1977 brought his literary wit to television, proving that intelligent comedy could survive in any format. Ed didn't dumb down his humor for TV, remembered Lily Tomlin. He made TV smarter instead. The influence of his dark satirical style can be seen in everything from Saturday Night Live to modern political satire. As he often said, comedy isn't just about jokes, it's about telling uncomfortable truths while people are too busy laughing to get upset. Tonight, comedy writers everywhere sharpen their pencils in his honor. Share your favorite Bluestone moment, or how his style influenced your appreciation of dark humor in the comments below. When laughter yields to legacy. From the biting wit of comedy clubs, we move to the hallowed grounds of baseball, where another pioneer has rounded his final base. Joey J., 1935 to 2024. The kid who changed the game. Baseball lost a true pioneer on September 27, 2024, when Joey J., the trailblazing pitcher who proved Little League dreams could lead to Major League glory, threw his final pitch at 89. As the first Little League graduate to reach the majors, Jay didn't just play the game. He expanded its possibilities. Some players make history. Joey opened the door for thousands of kids to dream of making history, reflected Johnny Bench. Jay's journey from Little League fields to Major League mounds became the blueprint for youth baseball's future. His numbers tell a story of excellence. Two-time All-Star selection, 21 victories in his stellar 1961 season, key pitcher in Cincinnati Reds pennant race, successful stints with both Milwaukee Braves and Cincinnati Reds. But it was his role as youth baseball's first success story that truly defined his legacy. Being first means nothing if you don't leave the door open for others, Jay once said. Every Little League player who made the majors after me, that's my real achievement. The baseball community has been sharing heartfelt tributes, with Pete Rose noting, Joey didn't just throw strikes, he struck a blow for every kid playing Little League ball. Tonight, Little League fields across America will observe a moment of silence. Share your Joey J memories or how his story inspired your baseball dreams in the comments below. Paul Morisy, 1938 to 2024. The Dark Prince of Underground Cinema. The experimental film world dimmed on October 28, 2024, when Paul Morisy, the maverick director who turned counterculture into art, called his final cut at 86. Working alongside Andy Warhol, Morisy didn't just push boundaries, he obliterated them. Some directors make movies. Paul made manifestos, reflected John Waters. He showed us that cinema could be dangerous, dirty, and profound all at once. His collaboration with Warhol produced a revolutionary trilogy. Flesh, 1968, redefined sexual frankness in cinema. Trash, 1970, explored society's underbelly. Heat, 1972, deconstructed Hollywood dreams. His horror reimaginings, Flesh for Frankenstein and Blood for Dracula, turned classic monsters into counterculture icons. Horror isn't about monsters, he once said. It's about society's fear of what it can't control. The independent film community has been sharing tributes, with Martin Scorsese noting, Paul made films that mainstream cinema wasn't brave enough to make. Tonight, art house theaters worldwide will screen his works in tribute. Share how Morisy's boundary-pushing cinema influenced your view of film in the comments below. When real drama meets real life. From the shadowy world of underground cinema, we emerge into the light of hope, where one of Hollywood's brightest stars reminds us that sometimes the most intense dramas unfold off-screen. Zac Efron, Dancing with Destiny. While we honor those who've taken their final bow, let's celebrate a warrior who recently waltzed with fate itself and lived to tell the tale. From High School Musical to high-stakes survival, Zac Efron's recent battle with a near-fatal bacterial infection proves that life's most dramatic moments don't need a script. Life comes at you fast, Efron reflected from his recovery bed. His trademark smile, somehow even more magnetic, after staring down mortality. 1 minute you're filming in Papua New Guinea, the next you're fighting for your life. The star's recent brush with death, due to a severe bacterial infection, while filming his survival series, has added another layer to his evolution, from teen heartthrob to respected actor. What started as a routine shoot for his adventure series turned into a real-life survival story when a seemingly minor infection spiraled into a life-threatening condition. In the movies, you get multiple takes, Efron shared. Real life gives you just one shot to get it right. His Greatest Showman co-star Hugh Jackman noted, Zac's always been tough, but this showed us just how tough. He faced this challenge with the same grace he brings to his performances. The incident has transformed not just his outlook, but his approach to his craft. More focus on health and safety protocols, deeper appreciation for medical professionals, new perspective on portraying survival stories, enhanced commitment to raising awareness about remote medical care. Leonardo DiCaprio, who faced his own challenges filming in extreme locations, reached out with support. What Zac went through reminds us that every adventure comes with real risks. His recovery is a testament to his strength. Today, Efron approaches his work with renewed purpose. Nearly dying makes you really appreciate living, he says. Every scene, every take, every moment matters more now. Share your messages of support and recovery wishes for Zac in the comments below. Selma Blair, Dancing with MS, Living with Grace. While some battles end quickly, others require the kind of everyday heroism that transforms actresses into activists, celebrities into symbols of hope. Selma Blair's ongoing dance with multiple sclerosis, MS, shows us that sometimes the most powerful performances happen off-screen. MS is not a death sentence, Blair declared in her characteristic mix of defiance and grace. It's a life sentence to living differently, living deeper, living truly. Since her diagnosis in 2018, the Cruel Intentions and Legally Blonde star has redefined what it means to be a public figure living with chronic illness. What makes Blair's journey particularly powerful is her unflinching honesty. From sharing her first public appearance with a cane at the Vanity Fair Oscar party, to documenting her stem cell treatment in the Raw documentary introducing Selma Blair, she's turned her private struggle into a public conversation about disability and dignity. Selma hasn't just adapted to MS, she's made MS adapt to her, reflected Sarah Michelle Gellar, her longtime friend and co-star. She's shown us all that vulnerability can be your greatest strength. Her impact on the MS community and beyond has been profound, raised awareness about invisible disabilities, challenged Hollywood's perception of disability, advocated for more accessible fashion and beauty industries, inspired countless others living with chronic conditions, pushed for better research funding and treatment options. The fashion world, where Blair began her career as a model, has been particularly moved by her advocacy. Marc Jacobs noted, "Selma made us see that true beauty includes resilience. She's not just wearing clothes, she's wearing courage." Her approach to public appearances has revolutionized red carpet culture. Using her cane as both necessity and fashion statement, Blair has helped normalize mobility aids in high fashion settings. "My cane is not a crutch," she once said. "It's my partner in this dance called life." The impact of her openness extends beyond MS awareness, challenged stigmas around chronic illness, encouraged honest conversations about disability, demonstrated that career adaptation is possible, showed that motherhood and chronic illness can coexist, inspired new approaches to inclusive design. What many don't see is her continued work between medical treatments. Despite challenges with speech and mobility, Blair continues to act, advocate, and create. "Each day is different," she shares. "Some days I'm a warrior, some days I'm a student, but every day I'm alive, and that's worth celebrating." Her recent projects focus on accessibility and inclusion, consulting on adaptive fashion lines, voice work for animation, disability rights advocacy, writing about living with chronic illness, mentoring young performers with disabilities. "The old Selma didn't disappear with diagnosis," she recently shared. "She just gained a deeper understanding of life's choreography. Sometimes you lead, sometimes you follow, but you never stop dancing." Share your messages of support for Selma's continued journey, or how her story has inspired your own battles, in the comments below. Let's celebrate those who show us that grace isn't about how smoothly you walk. It's about how bravely you face each step.